Question is from NEET 2019. A force F equal to 20 plus 10y acts on a particle in y direction. Work done by this force to move particle from y equal to 0 to y equal to 1 meter is. So work is equal to force into displacement. When force is constant, here force is variable. So work done equal to integration of f dx. Here force is given in terms of y. So we have to integrate it in terms of y. So work done equal to integration of f d phi from y equal to 0 to y equal to 1 meter. So limit is from 0 to 1. So integration of 20 plus 10y with respect to y from 0 to 1. Integration of 20 with respect to y is 20y. Integration of 10y with respect to y is 10y square by 2. So 5y square from 0 to 1. After substituting values of y equal to 1, 20 into 1, 20, 5 into 1 square, 5, and after putting 0 it becomes 0. So 20 plus 5, 25 joule. So our answer is C. Question is from NEET 2017. Consider a drop of rainwater having mass 1 gram falling from a height of 1 kilometer. It hits the ground with a speed of 50 meter per second. The work done by gravitational force and resistive force of air is. So we have to calculate work done by gravitational force and work done by resistive force of air. Work done by gravitational force is mgh. When body is falling means its displacement and gravitational force are in same direction. So here work done is mgh. When body is going upward and force is downward, then work done by gravitational force is minus mgh. By substituting the values, mass is 1 gram, so it becomes 10 to the power minus 3 kg. G is 10, height is 1 kilometer, so it becomes 10 to the power 3 meter. So it get cancelled and work done by gravitational force is 10 joule. Now second part, work done by resistive force of air. So we have to use work energy theorem. By work energy theorem, we know work done by all forces is equal to change in kinetic energy. So kinetic energy final minus kinetic energy initial. Here there are two forces acting on the raindrop of water. Work done by gravitational force plus work done by resistive force of air. As initially drop is at rest, so initial kinetic energy becomes 0 and final kinetic energy is half m v final square. Work done by gravitational force we have calculated 10 joule plus work done by resistive force of air is equal to half into mass. Mass is 10 to the power minus 3 kg and final velocity is 50. So 50 square is 2500. So work done by resistive force of air is equal to, this becomes 1250 into 10 to the power minus 3 means upon 1000 minus 10. So it becomes 1.25 minus 10, it is negative. 10 minus 1.25, it is 8.25 joule. As resistive force is acting upwards and displacement of raindrop is downward, so it is negative. So our first answer is work done by gravitational force 10 joule and work done by resistive force of air is minus 8.25 joule. Thank you. Question is from NEET 2015. Two similar springs P and Q have spring constant Kp and Kq, where Kp greater than Kq. They are stretched first by same amount, second by same force. The work done by springs Wp and Wq related as. So here is the first case. It is spring P and it is spring Q, where both are extended by the same distance x. It is given in the case 1. We have to calculate what is the relation between work done in stretching spring P through distance x and spring Q through distance x. So we know when we stretch or compress a spring, then work done or change in internal energy is half kx square, and when we stretch x distance, then force is kx. In vectorial form it is minus kx, because when we extend, then its displacement is right side and its force is towards left side. So we also write this work expression as work is equal to half k x square can be written as x into x. So kx becomes f and it is half fx. So what we have to calculate in first case? Relation between Wp and Wq. So Wp is half kx square. For spring P it is Kp, and displacement is xp. For spring Q, Wq is half kq xq square. So we have to calculate the relation, so we can take the ratio Wp upon Wq is equal to half get cancel, Kp xp square upon kq xq square. Here in the first case x is same, so it get cancel out, Kp upon kq. We know Kp greater than kq, so numerator is greater than denominator. So here also numerator is greater than denominator, so Wp is greater than Wq. There is only option B, but we can also calculate the second case. Second case is they are stretched by the same force. So spring P of force constant Kp and spring Q of force constant Kq are stretched by the same force F. We have to calculate the relation between the work. So work is also related as half into Fx, as we have calculated here. So work done in spring P is equal to half into F into xp square xp. Here force is same. Now work done in spring Q is equal to half into F into xq. We can take the ratio Wp upon Wq is equal to half get cancel, F into xp upon F into xq. Ff get cancel. We know here the Kp is greater than Kq. That spring which has more the spring constant has less tendency to get stretched. So if Kp greater than Kq, then its extension must be less than xq. So xp less than xq. So as numerator is smaller than the denominator, so here also numerator is smaller than the denominator, and it matches with the option B. Wp is greater than Wq, and Wq in second case is greater than Wp. So our answer is B. Question is from NEET 2016. A particle of mass 10 gram moves along a circle of radius 6.4 cm with a constant tangential acceleration. What is the magnitude of acceleration if kinetic energy of particle becomes 8 into 10 to the power minus 4 joule by end of second revolution after beginning of motion? So suppose a particle is moving in circular path. Then there are two acceleration, centripetal acceleration and tangential acceleration. As particle is moving like this, so its centripetal force and displacement are at 90 degree. So work done by centripetal force is 0, and tangential acceleration is like this. So tangential force will be mass into tangential acceleration. We have to calculate what is the magnitude of acceleration. We have given final kinetic energy, and in the question here said that after beginning of motion means initial kinetic energy is 0, as initial velocity is 0. So initial kinetic energy is 0, final kinetic energy is given 8 into 10 to the power minus 4 joule. So we can simply use work energy theorem. So by work energy theorem, work done by tangential force is equal to change in kinetic energy, final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. Work done is force into displacement. As initial kinetic energy is 0, so final kinetic energy is 8 into 10 to the power minus 4 joule. Force is mass into tangential acceleration. So mass into tangential acceleration into displacement. We have to calculate the displacement. First we have to calculate the angular displacement and then linear displacement. So angular displacement is number of rotation into 2 pi. Here number of rotations are 2 into 2 pi. It becomes 4 pi. And linear displacement is r into theta. R into 4 pi. So displacement becomes 4 pi r. You can ignore this and simply calculate the displacement by the logic. When particle performs one rotation, then it covers the distance 2 pi r, and in 2 rotation it covers the distance 4 pi r. So distance is 4 pi r is equal to 8 into 10 to the power minus 4 joule. By substituting the values, mass is 10 gram, So it is 0.01 kg into tangential acceleration into 4 pi r, 4 into 3.14 into radius. Radius is 6.4 centimeter. So 6.4 upon 100, it becomes 0.064 meter, equal to 8 into 10 to the power minus 4 joule. So tangential acceleration is equal to 8 into 10 to the power minus 4 joule upon 0.01 into 4 into 3.14 into 0.064. After calculation, this becomes 8 into 10 to the power minus 4 upon 80 into 10 to the power minus 4. I have taken the approximation. This get cancelled and this becomes 1 by 10. So 1 by 10 becomes 0.1 meter per second square. I have taken the approximations because answer are far. So our answer is A. Question is from NEET 2015. A block of mass 10 kg moving in x direction with a speed of 10 meter per second is subjected to a retarding force 0.1 x joule per meter. During its travel from x equal to 20 to x equal to 30 meter, its final kinetic energy will be. So this question can be solved in many ways, but we use the easiest way by work energy theorem. By work energy theorem, work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. So final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. Here force is variable, so we use the formula of work done for variable force. So work done is integration of f dx is equal to final kinetic energy minus initial. So final kinetic energy we have to calculate. Initial kinetic energy is half m v initial square. As here force is retarding force, so we have to take minus sign. So integration of minus 0.1 x dx and limit is from 20 to 30 meter. 20 to 30 equal to final kinetic energy minus half. Mass is 10 kg. Initial velocity is 10 meter per second. Its square becomes 100. By taking minus 0.1 common, integration of x with respect to x is x square by 2, and taking 1 upon 2 common and limit are 20 to 30 is equal to final kinetic energy minus this becomes 5 into 500. So final kinetic energy is equal to this 500 comes this side, 500 minus this can be written as 0.1 upon 2 is equal to 1 upon 20. 1 upon 20 x square 20 to 30. So 500 minus 1 upon 20. By putting 30 square 900 minus 20 square 400. 500 minus 1 upon 20 into this becomes 500, this becomes 25. So 500 minus 25 becomes 475 joule. So final kinetic energy is 475 joule. Our answer is option number D.